I'd actually thrown this book in the rubbish bin before I got curious about what anyone else had thought about this waste of a tree. To my surprise, Stuck Truck had an overwhelmingly positive response on Amazon, with most reviews giving it 5 stars and a few giving it 4. I'm not sure who gave it the 1 star, who knows. With glowing testimonials such as, "My son demands it before bedtime each evening. Truck Stuck." It's got to be a damn good book, right? Why don't we have a look at it together? Just looking at the cover, I'm immediately wondering how this even sold a single copy to Sally Wolf's family. When my little boy goes to town on some butcher paper with his crayons and tells me it's a car, I earnestly tell him it's the best car I've ever seen. That's because he used all of his colours, he used all of the page, and he's not limited by our simple ideas of what cars can be. The illustrations by Andy Davies in Truck Stuck appear to have all the skill of a young child, yet lack all the charm and imagination that my 2-year-old son has. Massive plumes of black smoke rolling from the exhaust of the truck continue after you turn the first page. Not only content with destroying our environment with this poorly tuned vehicle, the truck driver seems to be blasting his horn for no apparent reason, all the while with a big fucking grin on his face. Viaducts are invariably clearly marked for their height, and truck drivers know the dimensions of their rigs. Yet on the third page of this trash, we have a likely intoxicated driver ignoring warnings from horribly drawn bystanders shouting, "Stop, truck!" whilst careening towards a train carrying dozens of people. If we take a peep at the skid marks on the road, it's clear that our shit-faced truckie managed to swerve into the oncoming lane only moments before the inevitable impact. Somehow avoiding a massive tragedy, the bridge doesn't give way and the train has not derailed. The truck smashes into the bridge, wedging itself in between the cabin and the trailer, all the while filling the sky with plumes of more black smoke. Truck Stuck! The author seems to come back to reality for just a moment in the next scene, where drivers behind the potentially fatal accident immediately honk their horns in frustration. Also, just like in normal traffic, string flies from the sky. This scene shows just how out of touch Saline Wolf and Randy Robbie Davids are. Firstly, excavators don't drive on the road because they get carried by trucks to where they need to be. But what really stings my behind is this goddamn exterminator van. These anti-bee bigots decided that cute bumblebees were a bigger problem than wasps, cockroaches, termites, or dozens of other legitimately nasty bugs and painted a big ol' anti-bee picture on the side of this bee deathmobile. What the fuck? Not content with just painting bee racism on the side of the truck, they mounted a big old dead bee corpse on the top of this guy's van just to make sure there's no ambiguity. We murder fucking bees. At least we get a sweet rhyme though. Let us through, we're stuck too. Jobs to do. All stuck. Move that truck. Finally on to the next page and we get, more of the same bullshit. So the chipper is in traffic with trees being chipped onto the road, with the dog dangerously close to the feeder. The text says, "Let us pass, step on the gas." Is that an attempt to rhyme? The previous page rhymed, so I assume you're trying to do the same here. Let's see if I can rhyme better than that. Sally, your book sucks. Stop writing, please. Damn. In the next shocking scene, we have a police officer standing on someone's bonnet blowing a whistle. Even though there's no reason to stop traffic, since it's not moving, the officer feels the need to stomp on this poor guy's car while his colleague hands out lemonade. Maybe you should do something about the dog driving the car. Let's take a moment to again see that Bandy Rob Davis thinks that Arab exterminators kill bumblebees. A tow truck is here now to unstuck this truck, and it's spewing black smoke into the sky while doing a sweet burnout. Unfortunately, the truck didn't unstuck, but fortunately the family in the red car didn't suffer a fiery death after the tow truck ploughed into them after the truck was unstuck. At least the cop is down from the green car's bonnet and the dog has been arrested. So the news crew is here to interview the irresponsible driver who endangered everyone's lives. Normally a crash like this wouldn't be super newsworthy, but when you have Elvis, Johnny Cash, a car-driving dog, and Ronald McDonald immediately at the scene, I reckon it'll make for a pretty sweet backdrop for your crackhead truck driver interview. You couldn't even stage that. So Scally Wolf thought she chose her words wisely, managing to actually rhyme for once. Traffic jam! Minicam! So this book was printed in 2017. In a book that has about 24 words, is minicam really a keeper? Will kids know what a minicam is, either through your shithouse book or even at any point in their lives? The answer is no, Sandy. Girl on bike, boy on trike, balloon parade, lemonade. This scene would make David Lynch proud. Nothing makes sense here, but not in a funny or curious way. If a kid submitted this to second grade art class, I would send them to the brain doctor. Big tow truck, yellow and green on the scene. Let us through, such a to-do. Hullabaloo. Sally Wolf, writing fail. On this page, it makes me rage. Tiddle-dee-dee, why no one hire me? So apparently the tow truck's rope snaps and a dog yaps. I'm so tired of this book now. Tow trucks don't use ropes. Also, why does the noise stop when the balloon pops? Have you ever heard that old talking point about how children's books are easy to write, but then the experts explain that writing a book that properly captures a child's imagination is deeply nuanced and delicate? Apparently that's wrong, because you can now just make up shit and get it published. No need to shout, let the air out. Who the fuck is shouting? No one was shouting. Yeah, I guess I'm shouting. Sorry. Once again, Sally Wolf chooses random words that have nothing to do with the story. Have I mentioned how much I hate this fucking book? Back up, truck. Unstuck. Everyone celebrates as this impaired truck driver backs his 18-wheel Deathmobile out from under the surprisingly strong bridge. Notably missing is the cop that was drinking the lemonade, who left the room a couple of pages ago. He can't be around in case the truck's load is inspected. Also, Granny don't need that cane no more. Thank you, Jesus. On the final page, we say goodbye. Disgusting clouds of smoke billow from his vehicle as he heads toward the horizon. Sweating like crazy, our truck driver pushes the accelerator hard to the floor, still in disbelief that even after causing such a disastrous scene, his contraband will still make its destination. He questions his sanity when he looks into the side mirror and sees a police officer in front of a cheering crowd waving him on his way. Despite all odds, his truck was unstuck.